Thank you all for tuning in.
The following is a presentation of Bald Spots Productions.
Be sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe, follow, whatever it is you've got to do to kick that algorithm into gear and help us reach more people.
Yes, it is I, your humble host, Bill Hatch the Third, coming to you live from the palatial studios of Bald Spots Productions here in the beautiful city of Santa Ana, California, for another episode of Not Quite After Midnight. Oh, joining me from a more than acceptable safe social distance through the miracle of telephony is my guest for today, Harry Kappen. Am I saying that right?
Yes, it's completely right. What an intro. Good.
how you doing, Harry?
I'm fine. Thank you. I'm fine.
Well, normally my first question of guests is, what are you reading?
Wow. Well, that's interesting. I have to get it.
Okay.
I'm reading this book, and I got it from a colleague.
Okay.
I'm a music therapist in daily life.
Okay.
And it's about mourning.
About mourning.
Yeah,
Okay.
mourning, grieving.
Great. And can you say the title for our audio guests?
Well, it's Dutch.
Okay.
Helpen bij verlies en verdriet.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Where are you calling from?
From my home now.
No, I mean like city, state, country.
Oh, okay. I'm from Holland, the Netherlands.
Okay.
And
so you're Dutch?
I'm Dutch. Yeah, there's 3 names for the same thing. And I'm living in the middle in a small village called Baren.
Okay. That sounds interesting. That's an interesting sounding name, Baren.
Yeah, Baarn. Baren.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just in a town called Santa Ana, so but soon to be something different.
and a bit bigger, I think.
Probably a little bit bigger. Yeah. We're in Disneyland's backyard.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do you know Netherlands?
Do I know what?
Do you know the Netherlands?
Not well. No.
No. Well, it's very small.
Yeah.
And it's like a big town. and that's it. But it's very nice.
It sounds nice. I've read about it, and I've had some guests from that general region. Yeah. In fact, one of my first guests from this incarnation of the show was from Finland.
Okay.
And so pretty close.
Yeah, but, close. Well, American standards, yes.
By American standards, pretty close.
Yeah. But it's a strange country in the Netherlands because half of the country is below sea level, you know?
Right.
And that's strange.
Yeah.
But it's true, and it bonds people because we have this common enemy, the sea.
Yes. And the sea is a mighty enemy indeed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know the story of the boy sticking his finger in the dike. Oh.
Yes, I'm familiar with it. Yeah. Yeah.
But so during the day you are a music therapist.
Yeah. I work with adolescents in an institution. And I treat them by therapy, and I use music as my tool. Wow. So it's very acceptable to make music about problems, about frustrations, about emotions, instead of talking about it. So I use the drums, and I use a lot of rapping and make lyrics and make learning piano, everything. So a lot of singing.
So do your clients make the music, or?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, together with me.
Together with you.
Yeah, and it's mostly one-on-one, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's a whole family. So it's I treat the system and the wrong-going patterns in a family.
Okay, that's really interesting.
It is.
I really want to know more about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It is
yeah.
interesting.
So you guide your students through the musical process, through their therapeutic.
Yeah. For instance, a small example: someone with ADHD.
Okay.
It's chaos in his head, but music is structure from itself, from nature. Music is structure. You have measuring, you have counting, you have choruses, and you have well, it's structure.
Right.
So by doing that, they learn what is structure and how to and to calm them down when they are totally chaotic.
Okay.
Another example is a family with communication disorders. A son and his father, for example, and his mother, and we go like in a band trying some percussion and within 5 minutes you hear what's the problem, because sometimes the father takes over and the son pulls back or the mother pulls back, and it's very audible, and it opens their eyes for, am I always doing this? Yes, father, you do. So let's try it in another way. So in order to get the music sound well. And that's an eye-opener because they have to shift their attitude. And yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay.
Small is fun.
How did you get into this? Did you start out as a therapist, or did you start out as a musician?
Musician, yeah.
Okay.
And I was in this band with, yeah, we did a lot of improvisations, and one of the other guitarists was a music therapist, and he said to me, Harry, this is something for you. He said, what is it? Well, if take information and you'll know. And he was right. It was something for me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you still work as a musician as well, or
Yeah. Well, I mainly do now in the daytime music therapist, and I teach at a master's degree music therapy in Rotterdam. And so I make music in the evening and in the weekends. Yeah.
your life's just full of music?
Yeah. Yes, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, how did you get started in music? Let's go back
Whoa.
even further.
Wow. Yeah, that's very. My sister had a guitar, and she's 4 years older than me. So, and I borrowed her guitar and tried something on the strings.
Mhm.
And my sister is very musical too. So we did. We invented the rhythmic dishwashing. Do you know? So with the but we didn't have a dishwasher,
Okay.
so we did it by hand, and
Yeah.
so the kitchen was wet at the end. But it was fun. That's the first.
Sounds like it. Yeah. When my dishwasher's running, there's not much music.
No. You should do it by hand.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then came college and college bands and blues bands and rock and roll rock bands. Yeah, and then
Okay.
yeah.
What's your instrument of choice?
What did you say?
What is your instrument of choice? Your main instrument?
Guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah, guitar. Yeah, I started with guitar and lessons when I was 10, and yeah, guitar. And eventually I learned how to play bass and a little piano and drum. And you need it when you are a therapist. You have to know a bit of everything,
Sure.
so you can help them. Yeah.
What might determine the instrument that that you use with a particular patient?
Another, say it again. I don't know.
What might determine the instrument you use with a particular patient then?
Well, that depends. It's sometimes the patient has its favorite,
Okay.
but when they are not that melodic, we use percussion, and it's yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
this is
it's
very
percussion.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's very very interesting to me.
But you didn't hear of music therapy?
I've heard of music therapy, but I haven't spoken with a music therapist.
Okay. Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, I play around with a couple instruments. I know a little piano, a little harmonica, and a little clarinet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
I learned clarinet as a kid in school, and a few years ago, a friend of mine passed away before she could ever use her piano, and a bunch of musical friends of mine said, "You can't let that piano just sit there." And
Yeah,
so,
right.
so I took some piano lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, learned a bit of that, and
Every
taught myself
instrument.
harmonica.
Yeah. All right. With the campfire.
Yep, for the campfire.
Yes. Okay. Right.
But,
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't often get the opportunity to play music at work, though.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah, my day job is helping business people automate their systems.
Okay.
Yeah, with AI, because that's the big thing now.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Self-learning systems.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I'm really fascinated by this Chat GPT thing where you can tell it what you want it to write and it'll write it out, and
it's a big problem. It's a
Yeah.
big problem. Especially for schools and teachers.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I just use it to help me organize my thoughts and be a little more clear in my presentation.
Yeah.
You know, but I always have to do a lot of writing and editing and everything to get it to sound right. So looking at it, I am relatively certain that good instructors will be able to tell the difference between
I think
between what a person writes and what the computer writes.
Yeah. I
The
don't know
computer
how
seems to like the word "that" a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've always found an excessive use of the word "that."
Okay. Okay.
But,
Nice. Well, maybe you can make some music with it one day.
Maybe. I don't know about music, but I know they have some to make pictures, and those are getting better. And I know Chat GPT has written code for software. But yeah, I hadn't thought about maybe seeing if it would make music. Maybe I could become a musician through AI.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be. Well,
Could be indeed. Let's see. So let's see. Well, before we get too much further, where can people find things? Find your music, find your therapy. If they want to get in touch with you.
It's all on my website.
And that's
www.harrykappen.com.
harrykappen.com with 2 P's.
Yeah. 2 P's, yes. And 2 R's.
And 2 R's.
Yeah. That's and the latest news is that I'm nominated for the Songwriters Awards, ISSA.
Okay.
Very nice. So in 4 categories. So yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's very nice. It's in
Okay.
August, I think, in Atlanta.
Okay. You gonna come out to the States for that?
When I win, of course.
When you win?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on again after you win. So you can
Yeah.
tell us all about it.
Well, there are a lot of contestants, so.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
nice to be nominated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I never was nominated in my life. Okay.
Oh, everybody gets their shot. I'm waiting for my award for being a great podcaster.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Well, you said you're nominated for your songwriting.
Yeah.
What kinds of songs do you write?
Yeah, I like a lot of music. I like music from the classics to jazz to pop music, rock music. I like them all. So
Okay.
it reflects in my own music too, I think.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of Paul McCartney, of course, and I say of course, but for me it's of course. And David
Generally over
Bowie.
here, it's an of course too.
Yeah, David Bowie. So some people
David
say
Bowie was awesome.
some people say my music is a bit like David Bowie-esque. So,
Well, he
and
was
but it's hard to tell what kind of music did he make.
right. He was. I was
Because
gonna
he
say
made
yeah.
all over the place. So,
Yeah, he reinvented himself several times.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, of course he can't do that now, but
No.
yeah, up until his last work, yeah, he was
Oh,
constant.
beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. What about your process? Do you write lyrics first or music first?
No, music first.
Music first. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I start out with my guitar, playing some fiddling on my couch, yeah, major, minor chords, and then, well, there's something coming, and I record it, and then I put it on MP3 and play it in my car and sing along until I have a good melody.
Okay.
And then I record that again. And then there's comes this period of sitting down and associations and writing down words, and it's there is a point it all falls together, and yeah, and sometimes it takes 1 hour and sometimes 3 months. So I don't. It's but I like the process. I like to get the puzzle together, and it's a magical moment when it fits. And again, also a disappointing moment because it's over, and we have to start a new song.
Yeah, I found in my own work that the journey is often more interesting than the destination.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's the time when you learn the most.
Yeah.
And learning is nice.
Yes. Learning is always
and surprising yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
How about production? Do you produce your own music, or do you have someone else do the production work, the engineering?
No, I do it here.
Okay.
In my with my Pro Tool, not Pro Tools, sorry, Logic Pro.
Okay.
And I record everything here with my microphone. My guitars are here, so I do it here, and I do it by on the phone, on my headphones, and I'll play it on other systems and in my car, and until it sounds right on every spot.
Every spot.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. Why do you do your own production? Is there a reason behind it, or
Well, because I can do it in the middle of the night when I want. I'm not I'm independent, so that's a big plus, I think.
Okay.
It's,
yeah, 'cause
it's
I've spoken to a few musicians on the show and off, and different people have different opinions on production work.
okay. Yeah.
Some like to have an outside opinion on their music, and some like to have the control themselves, and some just aren't technically able to do it themselves.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
in the early days, I did that too,
yeah.
but I'm now much more confident, I think. And when it's ready, I'll send it to two of my friends
Okay.
for their opinion. So
Okay.
I do that, or
So
to my sister.
you do get the outside opinion.
Yes, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but yeah.
There's a pretty
Yeah.
good shot you're just going to ignore it, but you know.
Sometimes I do. I'm that confident or convinced that now that it should be done like this, but yeah.
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 Cool.
And nowadays everything you can do by yourself. There's
That's true.
no company. I sent it to CD Baby as a distributor, Spotify, everything.
So people
And
can find you on Spotify and
Yeah.
and other channels like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to look you up. Of course I publish the podcast to Spotify, and so audio only.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Spotify's tracking and analytics. They're really good about telling you just about as much as you could possibly learn about your listeners.
Okay. Yeah.
So I really like them.
Well,
But,
I'm not that technical, and I think it will be all right. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, I published this to about a half dozen different podcasting platforms, including Apple and Google and
Yeah.
and Spotify, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. You have several.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And since I have this American management since November with
Okay.
MTS
Yeah.
management group, it's I have to do nothing. It comes to they are working with me and trying to get me on Spotify on several playlists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have people who do the stuff you don't necessarily want to do or are unable to do.
Know.
Right.
I want
the
to
stuff
know.
you don't want to know. Yeah, it frees you up to do what you do.
Yeah.
And which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does a very good job.
Yeah. Yep.
Michael.
Yep. In fact, he contacted me this morning about you guys. He's like, yeah, what's going on with Pete? And he's like, and yeah, we were originally supposed to have a three-way conversation, and not two one-to-one interviews.
No.
So we'll have to try that again sometime in the future, because I think it'd be interesting. Because my other guest for today was Pete Price. And then of course he's a musician as well, which is funny that it happened to be that way, that we had two musical guests on the show.
Yeah, it would be nice, but
yeah,
it didn't work out. Sorry.
Yeah, didn't work out that way, but it's okay. So let's see here. So music therapy is your day job. and you're nominated in 4 categories as a songwriter. Have you released any whole albums, or do you usually just write song at a time and release as you get?
Well, I released a lot of songs, but I got a bit more serious last year, and I made this full album named Escape. And there are 12 songs on it about escaping violence, threats, but also escaping into art or love. But the album was finished in February, and then the war came in Ukraine, and I saw the charts here, and I didn't see any protest songs like in the 60s and 70s. That was common, but now nothing. I see and hear nothing about protesting against war or protesting against Putin, maybe. So I thought after the album was finished, I immediately make another single, and that became War Games. And so as a separate single, I put out War Games, and that was, well, in the summer last year. And then Michael Stover came, and he picked it up.
Watch the bloody battlefields where soldiers die, make sacrifice. Laughing lords clean their swords and people don't know where to hide. Strategic clues and bombshells, medieval thoughts stuck in their minds. All we gotta do is wonder how to act to fight these lies. Some people wanna play dead truth or dare. I guess the real truth's too hard to bear. We have to stand up and face reality. Cause in the end it's about you and me. Just like with Matryoshka dolls, the smallest one hides inside. This little toy revealed himself by showing he is made of pride. Grown-up men like to play just like little children do. Grab their toys, feeling fine, and while they do, they scream choo-choo. Some people wanna play their truth or dare. I guess the real truth's too hard to bear. We have to stand up and face reality. Cause in the end it's about you and me. Some people wanna play their truth or dare. I guess the real truth's too hard to bear. We have to stand up and face reality. Cause in the end it's about you and me. Some people wanna play their truth or dare. I guess the real truth's too hard to bear. We have to stand up and face reality. Cause in the end it's about you and me.
and in March, this March, I had this new single, the what's it called? I forgot the name. Oh, the Freedom Inside.
Freedom Inside.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on this green hill, an amazing view all around, thinking about the world, the wars, the misery, the changes caused by man. I'm just playing my guitar and I think it all over, and I realize the changes start inside. There's gotta be a better version of mankind. Hey, the freedom's inside. It's gotta come out. It's now or never. Spread your wings and fly. It only takes a short time. This freedom inside us, and we feel like forever. And we will start now. I stare at the horizon and see an approaching thunderstorm, and I hear this innocent baby crying. I realize we need a miracle very soon. The freedom's inside. It's gotta come out. It's now or never. Spread your wings and fly. It only takes a short time. This freedom inside us, and we feel like forever. And we will start now. The freedom's inside. It's gotta come out. It's now or never. Spread your wings and fly. It only takes a short time. This freedom inside us, and we feel like forever. The change starts inside. The freedom's inside. It's gotta come out. It's now or never. Spread your wings and fly. It only takes a short time. This freedom inside us, and we feel like forever. And we will start now. It's gotta come out now. Spread your wings and So I'd like to make music
that's a bit more than superficial. I
Sure.
don't like the "I love you, baby" songs and "Oh, I feel so sad" songs,
Right.
but a little bit of message I prefer. So, and it was interesting because War Games was about against the war, against Putin, because we all felt a threat here in Europe, and well, his army isn't that dangerous as we thought it would be,
Right. Right.
but he threat with nuclear weapons and all kind of stuff. So
Has there been any direct effect to you and the Netherlands from that, or is that still
well,
just kind of off in the
well,
distance?
the energy prices went up,
That's true. That's
so,
true.
so
Always forget about that.
and everything is very yeah, pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we immediately had the effect here.
Yeah, we didn't get hit as bad, but we definitely saw price spikes in energy and of course everything. You know, once you play with the energy costs, the price
Yeah.
of everything goes up.
The rest will follow, of course.
Oh
The
yeah.
production costs energy, so yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, but the threat is still there. But yeah,
yeah,
it's
because yeah, we're all worried that he's going to actually act on the nuclear threat.
yeah, of course.
That could potentially lead to the end of the world. Um,
Yeah, so yeah. Well, let's not hope that. So
yeah, definitely. Let's hope that doesn't
let's
happen.
let's stick around for a while.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got some things I want to do. So,
Oh yeah. You have a bucket list?
not a formal bucket list, but I know there's some things I need to do right away. We're actually going to be moving to the Midwest here in America,
Okay.
and to a state called Missouri,
Mhm.
where my parents live, and
Oh yeah.
at least it's probably going to be Missouri, because California's just gotten way too expensive.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When the average house costs $500,000,
Yeah.
and that's just
Yeah.
that's not even anything. A friend of mine, funny story. A friend of mine is a real estate agent, and he was telling me about this house he had just sold. He said the bathroom essentially blew up, and there was open sewer pipes in the
I,
bathroom in this house, and
mm.
it still sold for $1 million.
Wow. I should say expensive shit, but it's
Yeah, it really was.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So it's time to get out of California.
Yeah.
But it's terrible because I love it here. I mean, it's beautiful. We got great weather all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Even when it's cold and rainy, it's still great weather.
Mm. Yeah.
You know, in the same day, you can go to the desert, the beach, and go skiing if you really wanted to.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
it's
strange.
it's saddening me that I have to leave. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Missouri is much more humid, I think.
Yeah. Missouri is
Yeah.
humid
Yeah.
during the summer, and
Yeah.
it'll get terrible. So I don't think I'll be spending a lot of time outside in the summertime.
Okay.
Go from air conditioned place to air conditioned place. That's my plan.
Yeah. Good plan. Good plan. Yeah.
Pardon me. Oh, sorry about that.
No.
But yeah. Well, it sounds like you're a really busy person with between your music therapy and writing albums.
Teaching.
Teaching. Are there any other things you do? Any hobbies that you enjoy, or is your life all about music?
I'm afraid so. Yeah. Well, I'm learning Spanish at the moment.
Okay, me too.
Because, all right, but because my friend is from Mexico.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. The people
and maybe,
the people
sorry.
of my church speak Spanish, and
Okay.
so that's why I've been trying to learn Spanish. I
Yeah.
actually got myself these earbuds. My friend Rudy had found them. They're these earbuds that will translate in almost real time the
Wow.
other languages. And
Wow.
so I've been using that. Yeah, there's a little app for the phone, and it plugs into the earbuds plug into the phone, and so
Wow.
you can hear it spoken in English.
Yeah.
And when it makes a mistake, I can look down and see the transcription and try to figure out why it said something. The other day, it thought it heard my pastor say "barca tomate," which translates to tomato boat.
Okay.
We still
Well,
can't figure out what it was it thought it actually heard, but it thought it heard him talking about tomato boats.
Okay. No, maybe they exist. I don't know.
Maybe,
But
it had nothing to do with what he was talking about. So
no.
so they still make mistakes, but they're really cool. Yeah, they're Time Kettle is the brand name.
Okay.
Yeah, they were about 100 and a half. So about $150.
Wow.
So not too bad. And they translate like 30 different languages.
Yeah. Well, it's like Google Translate.
A little bit.
A bit slower, maybe, but
yeah, because it's trying to speak it out, so it usually has like a 3 to 5 second delay.
Yeah. But with the AirPlugs, it's much more quicker.
Yeah, it's much more convenient because instead of staring down at the phone to read what they're saying,
Yeah, exactly.
I can look at the person and actually be paying attention to the conversation, or at least look like I am.
Yeah, nice.
So other than Dutch and English and trying to learn Spanish, do you speak any other languages?
Well, here in college, we all get German and French. So, but I had the luck that my father was a German teacher.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful language, but very difficult because it has a lot of I don't know, time. I don't know the word, but with every word there's another ending. Not only female or male words, but also depending on the place where you are, and it's difficult, but it's beautiful. But
yeah, it is.
I'm not speaking it fluently, but I can understand it.
Okay.
Dutch and German are related, so
right.
Yeah.
German language has always interested me, but I've never found a real reason in my life to try to learn it.
No.
I know a few words. And I know that when they create new words, they tend to just plump together old words and make it longer and longer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Dutch also. We have long words and combinations. Yeah.
Yeah. Welsh does that too. They have some really long. Welsh has some really long words too.
Yes, I don't understand Welsh. That's very difficult.
Yeah, it is. Even the accent can be difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Well, there was a time when I thought I was going to be an actor, and so I started learning how to do accents, and I was in a play, a farce, an English farce called Noises Off, and
Okay.
I had to learn 2 separate English accents to do the role I was given. And I actually at one point ended up learning like 7 different accents from the UK. And I
Wow.
can't do them anymore. I'm way out of practice. But yeah, it's interesting how even people speaking the same language can speak differently.
Yeah, in America, even more. I think the
Yeah.
distances are bigger, so
Yeah, we have plenty of American accents and regional dialects. We can still pretty much understand each other, but
yeah.
was it I was in the South, in the Southeast, the American Southeast, and went into a store once, and the lady, the employee there, she said to me, "Help you?" And I had no idea what she was saying. Help
Can I
you?
help you?
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost you were offended. But what?
What'd you say? Yeah, it took a couple of tries.
Yeah. Talking to me?
You talking to me? I don't see anybody else around here. You must be talking to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, well,
do you
yeah.
only talk in your blogs or also play music?
I do play music a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, if you'd like, I'd love to hear some of your songs. Do you have the time to play something live?
No, I've done no. No.
Oh,
But I should send you an MP3.
okay.
I thought maybe you had one, but you didn't.
No, I don't. I don't have one on me.
Okay.
We could always play something if you have an MP3 ready to go.
Yeah, I will send it to you.
Okay, that'd be great.
Maybe you can stick it together.
Maybe I can. I can certainly try that. Yeah, I haven't done just audio editing before. I usually just use a converter to convert the podcast into audio, but I can see. I'm sure there's a way to add an MP3 to
why not?
to the video broadcast too.
Yeah.
So I use Resolve. It was free and it's pretty easy to use, but it's a memory hog. I can't do anything else on my computer when I'm using Resolve. Yeah, it's well, I mean, I do it on a laptop, so that's relatively underpowered. So
yeah.
So okay, cool. Well, with that, do you have any final words for the nice people?
Some wise words, no. It used to say in the Hill Street Blues, "Be careful out there."
Yeah. I remember that show. That show.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's those are good words. I usually tell people to stay safe, to remember to wash their hands, and to watch the ending credits.
And when AI takes over, an answering machine knows your name. I'm not sure what they want from me. I need your love. I want to feel your touch right now. No more artificial lies. I don't want to see this ending. Not all of us agree. The truth is all we need. There's no time for pretending. Just take a look into my eyes. Believe the tears lies, or am I faking? Are we still you and me, or are we forsaking now? I need your love. I want to feel your touch right now. No more unofficial lies. I don't want to see this ending. Not all of us agree. The truth is all we need. There's no time for pretending. One flesh and blood, no more robot talk. A natural friend until the end. We are here to stay, save this human race, and feel each other's heart beating. No more unofficial lies. I don't want to see this ending. Not all of us agree. The truth is all we need. There's no time for pretending. Don't you turn your back on me. Not all of us agree.
Thank you all for tuning in.
This has been a presentation of Bald Spots Productions. I'd like to thank my producer, my beloved mother, Eileen Hatch. I, of course, am your humble host.
I'd like to thank my special guest, Harry Kappen.
Support the show if you feel so led over on patreon.com. We're known as Bald Spots Pro. Don't you dare miss YWL Online. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever fine podcasts are offered.
Be sure to tune in next time when my special guests will be Tom Palladino and Casey Bell.
Be sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe, follow, whatever it is you've got to do to kick that algorithm into gear and help us reach more people.
If you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. That is the suicide and crisis lifeline here in the United States.